Hey everybody, it's Chris Buteau and with Cleveland Street Mortgage, and today I want to explain what title insurance is. You'll see that charged on your transaction. If you're a cash buyer and you purchase a home, you won't be charged title insurance. There will be title insurance purchased on the property, but it'll be the seller buying title insurance and naming you the beneficiary. But if you're financing a home, then there'll be two title insurance policies purchased on that home in a purchase. One is from the seller, naming you, the buyer, as the beneficiary. And then the other is from you as the borrower, naming the lender as the beneficiary. And basically what title insurance does is, as its name implies, it protects your title interest in the property. Ownership of property is very complicated. And there can be what they call clouds on your title. There can be claims of ownership that weren't fully cleared or vetted, and those can come back to haunt you. Now, it's extremely rare that that actually happens. I've been in the business for 26 years or so now, and only had it happen twice. But when it does, you can imagine, the devastation that someone would feel if they bought a property, thought that they had sole ownership, and then someone comes with, with a prior claim. And title insurance is not exactly like, let's say fire insurance, where you're insuring against some sort of random future event that might occur. Because when you buy title insurance, the title insurance company has lawyers that search all manner of records to make sure that those claims don't exist. And of course, they can make mistakes, and that does happen. An example of one that came up, one of the two that came up, is I had a buyer who bought a property that had a tram that went down to the ocean. It was maybe a 40, 50, 60 foot tram that went down to the ocean. It was an electric tram, quite expensive. And there was a neighboring lot that was vacant that used to be owned by the same party that owned the property, where the tram was. And somebody bought that property and said, by the way, your tram lands on my property and I want ownership rights to that. And so created a big legal mess, lawsuits, but the title insurance company stepped in and provided all the legal defense, and ultimately would have covered the cost had my client lost in that situation. So that's what title insurance is for. There's not a lot of point in shopping. Usually, title insurance is generally big, large, multinational or national corporations. There's a high barrier to entry, so there's not a lot of companies providing private title insurance. So generally, you're going to go with one of the big companies. Title insurance in my state is regulated by the state insurance commissioner. There's not a lot of price competition. So you're generally going to go with whoever your realtor recommends on that. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.